So we are live.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Um, Today, and I still need to. Oh, hey, why is that changed? That's funny. Um, I need to get the presentation going. But what game are we watching today, Allard?
Yes, we are seeing the S to S matchup, the fight against parent to child. It's DonKeyForge against DrSheep. DonKeyForge playing his Infinite Turns alliance, or I mean, Turns is a bit of overstatement. You can only take like 30 turns, so really, what's the big deal? I don't even know. Um, but he's playing against DrSheep, and DrSheep is playing. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
Let,
Donkey Forge,
yeah,
essentially the owner of both of these ideas, these concepts, but played by honorary Dutch team member Dr. Sheep this evening.
yeah.
So we'll see who does better here, the original or the
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 OG
newcomer.
or the new one? Let me switch here and let me put you in here with us as well. And I see that you modified my slides. That's fine. So let me go here and let me just re relocate this so it looks good. There we go, and then a little bit. So what we have here is a Winds of Death key abduction list
But
versus,
that's illegal.
yeah, it is legal here. Um,
Uh-huh. What?
yeah, because it's an Archon deck, so you're actually free to do with it what you want. And it won its first game in Alliance, so
No.
so Sydney, welcome for joining us and saying may the best Dutch player win, whoever that may be in this case. It could be either of them. It could be Dr. Sheep, as mentioned, um, the imported Dutchman from Wisconsin, um, and DonKeyForge, our very own owner of As. So, as mentioned before, it's a very unique situation where we're in Alliance and there's an Archon deck being played against the owner of said Archon deck with an Alliance deck. So, very, very, very cool. Do you have any favorite in this matchup, Allard?
Yeah, I mean, both decks are very fast, but also kind of uninteractive. Well, two-thirds of the Alliance deck is at least. So it really will come down to if S can just be just quick enough, or if Donkey Force can, with the help of some lock pieces, swing the tempo in his favor. And I think, but I can obviously be wrong, that Donkey Forge has the slight edge here. I think the time the Infinite Turns deck can technically win on the second turn.
It can.
Uh,
It can for
bit
sure.
of this.
Um, are there any tools in As that can throw a wrench in the plans? Maybe the Cursed Tomb, Winds of Death can be a little bit scary.
Yes, that's the cursed tomb is a large factor in that.
Yeah,
Um, Especially if you only have the Kaup and not the Brio, and Donkey's Forge list isn't super focused on getting both of them out. You can purge the Kaup lock piece, as well as some of the creatures you just need to protect the Brio Forge, and that can make it a little bit tricky for the infinite turns to get enough time to get there.
yeah, indeed. And we've seen in Archon that As can really pump out a lot of amber really shortly, and sometimes finish out the game turn 4 or 5. And surprisingly, the average turn where Donkey Forge goes into the loop from last game was turn 6 or 7 ish, but turn 6 is kind of the magic number. Seems like where he found his lockout or infinite turn. So it's going to be
Yeah,
a race, and
and
curious to see who will win it. Yeah.
yeah, and one more fun disruption thing. Just like in the final refrain, we saw Harm play a card that usually doesn't do anything, which I think in this case. I think the singing side might be the secret tag for DonKeyForge this turn. Maybe if you just have a random Geister creature lying around, if you put that singing side on there and just purge
Oh, is there a singing
some magic
scythe
cards.
in? There's only a singing scythe
Oh,
in
sorry, yeah, in the S. I mean,
it's
sorry, yeah,
confusing
in
because
the S.
usually
Yeah,
Donkey Forge is playing
there's
S, right?
place
Okay,
S. Yeah, no, it's
let me
very
transition
confusing.
to TCO, and you might disappear for a
Yes,
second, but I'll put you back in. No, you
I'll
did
be back.
not
No, I'm
disappear.
still here.
So
Cannot
let
get rid of
me.
me. Just like artifacts in Donkey Forge build, because you can purge those with Sing Side as well,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really matter for Poltergeist. So it's
So Donkey Forge with to infinity
Infinity
and
and beyond.
beyond. And on the other side we have um, Doctor Sheep. Doctor Sheep with
The Donkey
the
Ride.
Donkey Ride. I am really excited about this match, honestly. So we should just get into it, I would say. So
Yes, I think the players have been waiting for a while
they have been waiting.
and probably raring to go. Oh, I got to get out of the game again.
Hey, am I still there? I'm
I think
sending a
the game
message,
just
but not.
disappeared. No, I don't see it in the list anymore either.
Oh,
So maybe they got timed out because
it got
of
timed out.
inactivity. Yeah.
Okay, if you can let them know on the Discord that we can. Uh,
Yes.
okay.
We go to the Discord, which will certainly respond to my commands.
So yeah, it's a pretty special one here. I as has a chance for sure.
Of course.
But you're playing against the owner that knows all the ins and outs mostly, and that could be challenging if you. As great a player as Sheep is, he didn't get all the reps that we have collectively as a team. So
Yeah, and also I don't know if you saw his last game, but there were some. I think he also said so in the chat. Some
was it
interesting
brilliant or
plays.
was it a mistake?
Yeah,
Who knows?
drawing with the Winds of Death with the empty deck, but using that to avoid the Desania.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Something's going exactly as planned, but
Exactly as
maybe
planned,
a
right?
different
Yeah,
plan than was first planned.
yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if they're paying attention to the Discord, so
Yeah, I'll send a thing to them.
luckily we have a phone number of one of the contestants.
Get on the freaking game! Get in the freaking game!
It's not like you were waiting a long time for us, but yeah. So if you hear me spamming on the keyboard, that's what we're doing. So again, reiterating for those that joined maybe a bit late, it's the final refrain Archon. Dr. Sheep versus Donkey Forge. A special match because Donkey Forge is the owner of the deck that Dr. Sheep is playing, and there is Harmed joining us just in time. The game timed out while waiting for us to join said game. So Donald is going to make a new one soon, and then we'll be on the way. Allard or Captain Gale, you have now your own Twitch channel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been streaming a few of the Final Refrains games. I was interested in streaming for a while, so this was the perfect
The
little
right
push
moment.
to get me
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you've covered
And
3
I
or
might
4
be,
games so far, right? So pretty.
yeah, 5 so far.
5. Wow, look
Yeah.
at that. Yeah. Okay,
And
we've got that.
might be doing a little special something a little bit later today as well. But
Okay.
we'll see how
Okay.
that goes.
Okay. So the players are back in. We're giving them the go ahead. Um, and the game is about to be kicked off.
Yes,
Um,
we're off.
Let me slightly reskill this so everything is in there, and a little bit like this. There we can see the keys.
Yes.
Good
And
luck and
DrSheep
have fun.
will be going first with S. I think that is kind of the place you prefer. Just seeing a little bit more, maybe we'll able to craft the hand a little bit more on the first turn. If you can play in the pen seat, it's perfect. But even without that, it's often the preferred position.
Yeah, and we see that DonKeyForge has Mulligan as well as DrSheep, so both not happy with their opening hands.
Yes, of course. We see an untamed, but just a box player discarding another untamed card. Generally, you don't want to play untamed too much in the game. Getting an pen seat down is fine. Going much more often than that can be a little bit problematic. So just filtering in a little bit better hand, drawing two new cards.
What's with the overlay? Needs a flip. Okay, I see. I see. So they let me fix that as well. Alert narrates the turns.
Yes. So DonKeyForge going into Geistoid, playing a Reaper and discarding a Return to Rubble as well as the Bonded Auctioneer. Wait, is that right? I can't see via the.
I will I
All
will
right. Yeah.
show you. Yeah.
So yeah, just also crafting the hand a little bit more. Dr. Cheap goes into Untamed to discard the Ghost Tree, which will set up some nice discard stuff. Discards the Key Abduction and the Siloxophax. Um, so that seems pretty perfect. Also interesting, by the way, is that Poltergeistoids is, of course, used in Donkey Forge's deck to set up to use in the infinite combo. But with the Well of Memory, you can potentially also use it to purge a key card from someone's deck just once.
Yeah.
So might see that to get rid of the key abduction here.
So meanwhile, the BR guys was randomly discarded from fighting with the box bidder, and DonKeyForge plays an Echo
Ah,
Fly, which is a very useful tool in his deck to return action cards from his discard pile. Dr. Sheep discards the Cursed Tomb and plays Winds of Death, archiving Box Bidder, Xylo, Ghostry, Reaver, and the Bonded Actioneer. So not that much Winds of Death value that you're looking for with
I mean,
Pastor Ass. It's 4 cards.
four cards. It's as well as the
And
Xyloxophax.
maybe it was the only way for Dr. Sheep to get rid of the Echo Fly. Um,
Yeah, of course, you cannot really leave that on the board, especially with the BR guys in the discard pile ready to be used with some more discards.
oh, risky play there. Discarding the Incarnation Pod and purchase Tutorbin Rilo and UFO. The UFO purge is potentially big.
Yeah, I mean, I think it doesn't matter too much. Like it will of course be one ember, but UFO is just generally an ass
Oh
to
well, it
in the deck.
UFO does a lot in as I can tell you that. Once it gets going, it's very important to find your either your last key abduction, your next card, or the rebel. It was
Yeah,
on the bottom
it's
in
nice.
this case, but still, um, unconventional lines maybe so far. I wonder what the game plan is for Doctor Sheep. Is
Well,
it
here
to
is a
just
pretty
push
conventional
Amber?
line. Just playing Siloxophax, playing a Proliferator, and then playing a Rebel in between the two of them. Um, discards a target to bring it back with the Xyloxophax, archiving the key abduction undoubtedly, and then let's see if there's another key abduction in the hand right now.
If that is the case, that would be a huge thing.
Yeah,
Wondering what will be archived now. Archiving the Cursed Tomb
here's
to,
two. Wow.
well, it can be, like we mentioned in the preview, it could be a tool where you can purge some really nasty creatures um, and archives the target as well. Does have the key
Oh,
abduction.
abduction.
Wow.
That's I think not to disparage sheep too much, but I think that might be one of those practice things.
No,
Because usually,
it's okay because you get to archive some other things, and maybe next turn you get to um,
yeah,
you
okay,
do a
yeah,
bit more. Um, I maybe you would have played them again, but you run the risk of them getting destroyed, and then you have a less big hand. Now you've got 11 cards.
yeah, but you still have the
Could have gotten to check probably. Um, but is that really how you win the game here? Where you forge? You just need to be faster than DonKeyForge, right? I
yeah, but
think
you
I
also
got lucky here. He says, "Oh,
you archive two more cards. But it sounds like there might be a Brio Calp situation coming very soon.
yeah."
Uh,
So with the discard pip of Kaup and the Echo Fly archives, Crushing Deep, which could be a crucial card as well here. But Brio and Kaup is on the board, and there's not a lot of tools in Ass that can deal with this. The Cursed
no.
Tomb is annoying, but you still need to kill them one by one, and the taunts are, yeah. Um, so
Mm,
Cursed Tomb one action, then yeah, keep playing.
artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. But maybe you can Curse Tomb, play an action card, kill one of the things, and then set up something strong with a scythe.
So it opts to go for Untamed, where Amber Storm is a card, but it doesn't do anything because the
No,
Bryozarch is there. Maybe puts down a big body like the Ghost Tree and a Nepseed, maybe? Um,
hopefully. And hopefully also just at least one action to get rid of one of the unvenerable things. Discards a box spitter. Discards a hunting witch. Has to be careful because just a little bit more and the will become
ooh.
haunted, and then the ghost tree won't even be able to fight. Oh, but hasn't found even one action, so won't even be able to get rid of
No,
one creature.
but sets
The,
up something scary because this kills the
the
Echo
cow.
Guardian and with the splash purges the Calp. With the Cursed Tomb next turn, but it
But
cannot fight then.
cannot,
Hmm.
yeah. So I don't think it
Hmm.
helps get purged next turn, but it might
No,
be able
no,
to get
no.
rid of
This
it.
would have been 2 turns later.
And if you, uh,
So uh, Donkey Forge can win in the most usual way would be to find the infinite turn combo, but this is a pretty nasty situation for Doctor Sheep as well, where um, there's not a lot he can do
yeah, yeah,
here.
and I think if you just if you're Donkey Forge, I think you just go inflammable,
Yeah,
kill the tree with the Echo Guardian, and then reap 4 times. You're giving the key to ass, but with not a lot of Amber generation potential from that point.
I think that might be worth it.
And you also no, it doesn't matter. I was saying, thinking the Crushing Deep is in the archive, but that's not doing anything right now. Yeah,
No, Crushing Deep is not doing anything. You need keys to for it to affect. So definitely smart to do that. Not getting to check and wasn't drawing any cards if I am correct. So I don't think there's any unfathomable in there. Decides to get the ghost tree threat. That's a tongue twister if anything off the board. Um, Sheep
yeah,
gets to forge the key. What do you think are the options here?
yeah.
Because
I think, like we saw, you just have to get something on the board that's able to deal with creatures. Maybe it's the Nameless Horror in this case. Takes the
sure,
cards in the archives to the hand.
maybe wants an action to destroy at least one thing.
Yeah, because if you do that, then maybe Donkey Forge is at least forced into going inflammable again and dealing with that one threat. You won't make much more than one Ember each turn, but maybe you can just whittle down the board just enough before Donkey Forge is able to win the game. Because the reaping a few times with Briar Kaup isn't exactly DonKeyForge's game plan either, of course.
Strawman says, "I hope Donkey's deck wins." Which one? That's funny, but
Let's think it out.
notably was very fast to choose Mars and pick up Archives, but then takes quite some time to think of what to do.
Yeah. So what's oh
Roundhouse. Okay, right. Let's see what Donkey Forge decides to do here. Because it wasn't an
I think
instant. It wasn't an instant wrong house, right? So maybe he changed his mind. But Donkey Forge does allow
perhaps
it.
yeah.
The player, the kind player that he is, he does allow it.
I think TCO Edcat's also like if you don't have any new information, you did take the archives, of course, but TCO Edcat is usually to just allow house change at the beginning of
Yeah,
the turn
yeah.
because it is pretty easy to misclick on those.
It is, and the curse tomb comes down, and the winds of death purges the Immersioneer. Um,
And
Next
yeah,
turn, if there's an action for
no, but we also see the Reaver with the singing side now. So
yes,
if it's not answered, is able to purge.
what would you purge?
Hmm.
Not really key
No
cards in here for
poltergeist, so
the.
it's the boo probably the Be Our Geist.
Mhm.
I think the Be Our Geist just so that Donkey Forge is unable to get those lock pieces back from.
Tachyon Manifold is discarded with the
Yeah, but also the
Hallowed Eve.
poltergeist. So it's
I would hope for him that Well of Memory is in his hand,
it has to be right. There's only 3 cards left in the deck.
because that would be super risky to leave it in the discard pile.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I think that's also the reason he pulled the archives because
yes, to
we know
purge
the
those cards.
yeah
Right. Yeah. So we think that's happening.
yeah because also if it's still all in the deck, I don't think you Hello E Festival in that case.
And one of the weaknesses, if it has any, of Pastor Ass is that it does not have any R. And there is one turn for usually Donkey Forge's deck where there's a potential to get rid of the Tachyon Manifold if you have R at the moment, but we know that DrSheep does not have it and also cannot win on the next turn because the Kaup and the Brio are there. Um, so
And yeah, there's the Well of Memory.
there is the Well of Memory, and probably the Crushing Deep and that kind of stuff gets purged
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So one, two, three
Three
cards
cards. Yeah.
down. You're gonna have to bring back the
Poltergeist.
Poltergeistoids and the
And also
Eclify.
Actify and Be Our Geist.
Exactly. Yeah. So place the Poltergeistoids, and with the Poltergeistoids, scrap the bonded actioner gets scrapped and returns the Well of Memory to hand. And that's part of the beauty of this constructed alliance. Uses Poltergeistoid to put the Tachyon Manifold on the board, and because Poltergeistoid makes it a Geistoid card, now in Geistoid has the opportunity to go infinite. Um, and I think we might be. This might be the win here. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and DrSheep
gives the
says
GG.
gives the GG.
S cannot
No,
make a key in this situation, and it has no artifact control. So not much Sheep can do at this point.
no,
You,
indeed.
you mentioned S being nearly perfect. I disagree. I think it has many flaws. Uh, and despite that, it's still an amazingly strong deck, of course. But I think there's no artifact control and basically no ammo control. Um,
True, it has some flaws, but if you want one or two, if you can pick 2 or 3 decks in the world, which ones would you want?
of course, but I think it's kind of like another content creator I watch says about a different games. As is like a very fast racehorse. It goes very fast, but sometimes it twists an ankle and then is off to the glue factory. Yeah,
But in the last tournaments we've seen, it rarely twists an ankle, and it goes all the way quite often. So,
yeah.
um,
But
but
now I think
let's
it's
get back to this game, and we have Doctor Sheep playing some actions, and Um, the f-
Doesn't.
the first key is made for DonKeyForge. Now goes
Yes.
into the infinite loop and uses the Tachyon manifold to take another action, another turn after this one. Gives Sheep 10 cards, but is able to play the Poltergeistoids to get back
Mhm.
the Tachyon manifold, and with those two Echo Flies, he can bring back those actions. Um, do you want to play it out? Yes, please. Yes, please. Stats nerds. So yeah, Sheep is just leaning back and passing the turn, probably a couple times.
Leaning
Uh,
back like us. Yeah, this is. There was a discussion in the Discord. Is it bad manners to concede in such a place? I think um, that it's actually a better sport to say like, okay, I see what you're doing. It's very impressive, and I concede. But I think
yeah,
other players said like, no, you need someone to play it out so they can have fun with their thing.
but
Uh,
there is always the possibility with combos that you mess it up, right?
yeah.
There is a small chance, and now you'll make 4 amber each turn, so it won't even take, or it'll make 3 amber each
Well,
turn at
three.
least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah,
the Echo Fly routes.
yeah. So, and the reverse actually, you don't want to discard too many cards, maybe. Um,
You can only if you
oh
capture
right, you
your.
can you can choose to not choose a creature. So it has 8 amber already, right? So just pretty much needs one more turn after this one, and then
Mhm.
takes game one. Um, so the first game goes to DonKeyForge,
Yes.
but it's a best of three, so anything can still happen.
Yes, and like Donkey Forge said this game, I think he did get pretty lucky that he drew both
Yes,
Kaup and Brio at that very crucial turn.
it was at the right moment, and
Because I think otherwise, S might have just been able to sneak in underneath it. Um,
I got the logs, so good to go.
all right.
You had me almost there. Yeah, there was a window, um, but yeah, Cap or Brio, and I may have pulled it out, but both, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder about because I think Kaup is the
I
uh,
think Kaup is worse than Brio in this.
Brio, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if just Brio would have been enough to also win the game here.
Mm,
Because we saw that a tame turn with
no, so you need to remember the nameless horror could be found, and then it can fight into. It can fight pretty much 2 times into a target because Rebel can ready a Xylo and the nameless horror itself. But the game has started
was
already,
yeah
and this is
she
pretty
wasn't
much the dream actually for both of them. Maybe the Nepen seed comes down, discards the ghost tree, and puts 5 cards into the
where's
discard.
the game.
So that's a very very good start. And on the other hand, we have the Omnipus discarding 8 cards. The Tachyon Manifold is there. Um, Place all these tentaclids over here. Discards a Bonnet Actioneer uh, and uses Bonnet Actioneer to return Nepseed to their hand.
Yeah,
So if that wasn't there,
the
Sheep would have had an amazing turn here, probably.
probably yeah. But yeah, in opposed to as Donkey Forge's alliance, kind of due to needing the bond auctioneers for his own combo, is very good at dealing with artifacts. Um, so yeah, DrSheep playing another artifact, a replay pod, and plays the rebel to ready the silo to get back another silo, and then we'll see if there's any more marsh creatures in the hand. Um,
Imagine if the Nepen seed was there, right? You'd fire another UFO, finding
so definitely
either another creature or a key
a
abduction
key
or
reduction,
target.
yeah.
It would have been huge. So indeed,
Um,
does play the second Xylo from the discard.
that much is expected.
Probably doesn't have another Mars creature in hand because probably
Oh
would have.
no, let's have the
Oh, okay. Archives
Um,
UFO. Okay.
and I guess
Is there another one? Because you could have. Oh, the key
yeah,
abduction
there's
is
the
there.
key abduction.
Whoa! Imagine the Nepen seed here.
Yeah,
Wow. Um, but this is putting a timer on. This is putting a
yeah.
huge timer on Donkey
DonKeyForge
Forge
has a
here.
large infallible board, but would really like to find a Kaup to go with it.
Yeah.
Not Kaup, Brio to go with it. Or maybe Kaup in this case. Maybe the creatures are scarier than the actions this turn. And uses target to only archive a key abduction. Uh,
So what we have in the archive here, we got UFO and key abduction. Um, Donkey Forge does have one of his key pieces in the discard. Goes into Unfathomable, finds a Brio,
Search, yeah.
which is very critical because, uh, yeah, but maybe that's the only thing being played. So there's the target underneath the replay pod here, and then cannot reap. So doesn't
Yeah.
make a lot of amber except for the Omnipus. Um,
Well, if he has another discard icon, oh, and it's a very good discard icon
wow.
because it's attached to a Kaup. Okay, so I didn't have the Bond Auctioneer to go with it, but yeah, has found the Kaup in this case.
I think this is a really lucky draw again because the Napseed being able to get rid of that and then finding the Brio and the Kaup again,
Yeah,
that this would have been a completely different game. Sheep
and I mean,
might have been ready for the turn 3 win, which As can do. Um,
yeah, I think with a little bit of UFO luck, it would have been pretty close there, and some draw luck as well. But yeah, now again, the game feels pretty over at this point.
um,
You can
well,
play one nameless horror, kill one thing, and then the nameless horror just gets killed next turn.
yeah, but Donkey Forge still needs to make amber. Um,
Yeah, but now he has so much time.
but if he doesn't
Um,
play any creatures, right, then the Omnipus will be gone next turn for an action probably. These cannot reap. Then it's only two.
yeah,
And
but I'm saying like now you can just leave the infallible board, or just go back into it. That's also fine. Yeah, like I guess making 5 amber here is also pretty good.
yeah,
Um, but I think you could have just gone into another house as well.
maybe we cannot
And
see the hands,
no, of
obviously, but
course,
maybe.
but just there's so much time with this Brio Kaup on the board against S.
That is so unfortunate. Has a Dragnet. Oh. Return a creature in each neighbor shares a house with to its owner's hand, and then can play them again, obviously,
Mhm.
and reorder them
Maybe finds
the
the
way
one
he
auctioneer
wants.
this turn. No, still not.
Yeah, I think what Sheep says, like, really, um, that's the feeling that he has for sure, and
Oh yeah, definitely.
um,
Yeah, it feels very bad to get locked out by Kaup Brio.
yeah, Singing Scythe and Shady's um, counts the playing of a creature does count against the Kaup
Yeah,
thing. So discards Persephone. Uh, yeah, this is unfortunate.
and
Found the Brio Kaup very early in both games.
now probably has the combo in hand because goes into Guy state here. Yeah,
So there's the Tachyon Manifold. And now it's just one more turn for Sheep, and then probably doesn't even need the Tachyon Manifold turns to win the game. Plays Persephone. Oh, the
disrespect.
disrespect. Letting Sheep have one key.
Yeah,
That's very nice, but has enough amber for both of the remaining keys here. Unless Shady's kills Persephone. So if you then trigger this, destroy it first, and then this one, it comes back to your hand, I guess. Okay. Doesn't happen. Emberstorm is played. Bryo kills the creature. Does lay down a nice Haunting Witch and Nepseed, but the Kaup is just so annoying. Yeah.
And now the combo is here. And can just pass the turn. Doesn't even
need to do anything.
Yeah, doesn't need any combo stuff. Just use a fair Tachyon Manifold one time.
I wonder if Snoopy has calibrated Persephone as like a key cheat or a key reduction, because it makes 2 keys here. DonKeyForge must be happy. He's moving on to the next round, and unfortunately, we don't get to see more of Ass in this tournament. Unlucky draws, but yeah, DonKeyForge also recognizes that he lucked out with the Bryo Kaup. So we have DonKeyForge taking this game 2-0, and proceeds to the final 8. Is that right?
Yeah, final 8.
Final 8. Top 8 for DonKeyForge.
Second person to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got 2 people now in top 8. It will not spoil the result of the other game. So yeah. Any closing remarks of this?
It seems that DonKeyForge's deck has won. So yeah.
Which it was going to regardless. So Captain Gale, thanks for tuning in and casting this game with me. It was a quick one, even though it was an infinite turn. It only took 30-ish minutes. I think Bryo Kaup still needs to go on the restricted list or something, because it's just not fun. Not fun.
Yeah, but maybe just instead of Bryo Kaup, ban some support cards, because it seems like you want some things that restrict the craziness that Alliance can do, because otherwise you just get uninteractive combo turns, kind of like the other part of DonKeyForge's deck. So I think a certain amount of Bryo Kaup is needed. But maybe restricting them also works, and then you get just one of the 2 lock pieces.
Yeah. So I think there's still 3 decks with Bryo Kaup in the tournament, if I'm correct.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Well, let's see what happens. But anyway, thanks everyone for joining. We're gonna close it off here, and hope to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.